These are my thoughts. Episode 3. All is aligned, all is at peace. I am divine and forever free, and thus it shall be. Nimaji. Alright, so this is the third episode. Today is October 8th, 2024, and I just woke up. And I got some thoughts on my mind, so I said let me go ahead and document them, put them in the podcast. I've been thinking about this song lately, by Shalimar. I had to look it up. I had it on repeat at work. The one that go like, "This is for the lover in you, this ring." Like, I like that run they do when he says ring. Like, let me take it down. This is for the lover in you, this ring. So, I feel like, I credit Michael Bublé as for being one of my musical influences, because in my songs, I feel like you can hear the jazzy influence. And like with Bublé, I just liked how he used to do his runs. Like on his song You and I, like that was one of my favorites. It was like, you and I, cause in this, what's the words? Cause in the time we can conquer the world in love, you and I. Yeah, I messed up the words, but yeah, like the way it used to sound like his voice was melting, like that was so dope to me. And so I think I incorporate that in my music sometimes. It was funny though too, because one day I was in the studio recording one of my songs, and the engineer, like, that was my first day ever meeting him, but I had did a take of like one of my, like I had recorded some of the song, and afterward he was like, "Wow, you just sounded like MJ." He was saying the way that I said a certain phrase, it was from my song Me and the Sea, and I had said something this time around, this piece is mine. He was like, the way you said mine, it sounded like MJ. I was like, when I listen back to it now, I'm like, I can see what he's saying. That's pretty dope. So I don't know if that means MJ inspired me. Like, I've never listed him as like one of my musical inspirations, but I mean, I don't know, what is it? What's the requirement for like somebody to be considered a musical influence, right? Because it could be subconscious, right? Maybe you just grew up listening to them and they subconsciously influence how you sing. I don't know. That was just, something random. But yeah, so let me see this. I got 3 topics for today. Today, this log is gonna be relatively short. So what I have in my notes is America was built on corruption. I got inflation, and I got modern dating is whack. So I want to touch on those. So yeah, I feel like America was built on corruption for sure. Just the way the invaders came over and like had this idea to purchase land. Like the native people of America, we didn't see it that way. We didn't see it as land being something you can buy or sell. Like that was a foreign idea. But they came with this idea of like buying land. I like this joke Dave Chappelle tells. He's like, I forget how he said it exactly, but he was like, Y'all want to buy the sky too? Like, that's how crazy the idea of buying land is in general. I remember I was in Sedona a couple years ago, and I was on a retreat, and all of us was just riding around looking at the beauty of it, like looking at all the red mountains and all that. And I just see a for sale sign sticking out of one of the, you know, I was just like, that's so crazy. Like, and it just reminded me of back when they came over trying to talk about let's buy and sell land. Like, this land isn't ours. You use it for a while you're here, and then you gone, and it's for the next people to use. But that leads into what I want to talk about, which is that America is built on corruption. And I feel like that's why there's so much turmoil today, and it continues. I don't feel like you can ever get to a place where there won't be turmoil if the foundation is corruption. Like, because, man, there's so much craziness going on. Like, rent is crazy. Like, you'll be able to run down studio $1,000 a month. Like, what? You can go to like a much cleaner, safer part of the world and like rent a little house or like even a nice villa for like half that. Like, I see you can find some like $200-300 a month, and it's in a place where you can breathe clean air and eat organic, clean food, not non-GMO food, but real food. And the people is nice, like you feel like you in a community. And that's where I want to be. I want to be in a much better environment. Like, I feel like a lot of people, they'll just stay here and accept this because either they don't know any better or they fear going somewhere else. But yeah, no, I can't. Like, I give it like a year and I'm trying to go somewhere else. But yeah, like, so yeah, rent's crazy. I was just at a car place to see about financing a car, and it's like, this car is an old car. It's a 2012. It's an SUV. Yeah, okay, whatever. But still, it's a 2012. The ride was iffy. Like, the brakes was barely working. It was noises. And they wanted me to pay like $300 a month on the car note. The insurance would be like $260, almost $300, and then the warranty was like the same thing, about $300 a month. So that's $369, almost $1,000 a month just for a car. Like, that's insane. Like, that's what I'm talking about though. Like, it's just too much here. Like, now imagine getting that $1,000 paying for a car and then $1,000 for a little bitty studio. That's already $2,000 a month. Most people only make that a month. And then groceries already high. So yeah, it's inflation all around the board. So yeah, man, it's crazy. And then yeah, so I said I'll keep this one short. So the other half I wanted to talk about is dating, modern day dating. I feel like it's so artificial these days. It's so surface level. In my opinion, to me, it's the idea even of dating has become a turnoff. Like, y'all can have it as far as I'm concerned, because I don't know, man. It's like people play too many games. Like, it's so immature. Like, dating these days is such an immature thing. I think maybe because of the internet, it's like, it's apps and it's all that. So a lot of people feel like they have a bunch of options. That's what people say. Like, it may be the illusion of options or whatever. But I don't know. But aside from that, even just the energy that's in the air. I'm an empath, so maybe I feel it more. But it just feels like this is more so a time to be focusing on self. just getting self together, figuring that out. Not just for me. I feel like everybody should be. I feel like the people who are in a relationship right now, they having a difficult time. I'm into astrology, so it's some do believe, because this is Aquarian age. Aquarius is about innovations and new ideas, so you should be focusing on new ideas and innovating yourself, reinventing yourself. Like focusing on what you can do to better the world. But yeah, I don't know. It's the idea of trying to convince someone that you're good enough for them. Like, that's just not the vibe at this time. Yeah, so that's that on that. And what else is going on in the world? Every time I get on my phone or something, somebody talking about Diddy. I feel like that's a major distraction, because there's so much more important things going on. Yeah, it's a lot going on though. It's crazy though. When I'm outside of America, like all the things that be going on here, like I'm able to look at it from afar and be like, yo, that's crazy. The fact that I was over there living in that, it's like just looking at everything, like everything I've talked about, all the inflation, all the, the non-organic food, like the foods that are here, like just everything, like looking at it from another place, it's like America just be looking like the Matrix for real, like a whole different dimension. That's like a video game that you gotta maneuver through it. Like, it's like the most difficult, I don't know about most difficult, but a difficult level of a video game. And every time I come back to the States, it's like I'm jumping back into the Matrix. So yeah, but these are my thoughts. All is aligned, all is at peace. I am divine and forever free, and thus it shall be. Nimaji.